Oh, would you look at that? Another embarrassing moment for China. You love to see it. This might be old news to some, but we'll get into a new development with President Trump and India's Prime Minister Modi. For now, though, let's look at Panama. Panama finally woke up to the communist fever dream of China's Belt and Road Initiative. Remember when they signed up for that back in 2017? They thought they were getting this shiny new infrastructure and economic growth. Spoiler alert, what they actually got was a front row seat in China's global debt trap. But here's the thing, Trump saw it coming from a mile away. While the left was busy swooning over global cooperation, Trump was actually paying attention. He knew that China wasn't handing out billion-dollar projects out of the kindness of their heart. No, this was their way of buying influence, taking over critical infrastructure and tightening their grip on world trade. And there was no way he was going to let them slither their way into controlling the Panama Canal, which is a vital trade route that the U.S. built and once controlled entirely. So what happened? Enter Secretary of State Marco Rubio, first overseas mission straight to Panama. And the message was crystal. Enough is enough. Time to break free from China's leash and start making better choices. And guess what? Panama listened. They're letting their BRI, the Belt and Road Initiative agreement, expire, and there's even talk that it might pull out ahead of schedule, which is awesome. That's what real leadership gets you. A win for Panama, a loss for China, a victory for American influence. And just when you thought things couldn't get worse for Beijing, Trump drops another bombshell because while China's Belt and Road Initiative is crumbling, Trump's already got the replacement ready to roll. It's called the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, IMEC, and it's a total game changer. The IMEC, they call it, was actually originally formed in September 2023 under Biden, so credit where credit's due, but Trump and Modi signed a deal that expands and advances the plan. So instead of forcing countries into debt and taking control of their infrastructure like China does, IMEC gives them a real alternative, which is a trade route stretching from India to Europe through the Middle East, cutting China out of the equation and putting control back in the hands of nations that actually want to build real wealth without selling their souls to Beijing. Trump called it one of the greatest trade routes in all of history, and he's kind of right. Meanwhile, India's Prime Minister Modi had some fun with it. It was funny. He was saying, when MAGA, Make America Great Again, and MEGA, Make India Great Again, work together, it's mega. And honestly, that's perfect. And now, right on cue, China's throwing a fit, crying about smears and undermining their projects. No, China, what's actually happening is the world is finally catching on to your little scam. And while the left will probably try to twist this into some kind of aggression by the U.S., the reality is this is exactly what needs to happen. If you care about American sovereignty, fair trade, and stopping China from taking over the world economy, this is kind of the leadership you want. So let's recap. Panama is ditching China's Belt and Road Initiative. Trump is leading the charge on a real debt-free alternative. China is spiraling. And while the left continues to trip over themselves trying to explain why this is somehow bad, actual leadership is out here making sure America stays ahead. Subscribe for more. I'm out.